Hello, children. The old Catmeister here, getting weekend asshole consulting done while we can. This individual has been very patient with me. I had to look up some things because remember, this is an article a year ago. I found the article, although there's a couple other articles about it. And it's interesting now because the article was a year old. Things have obviously changed with GDP contracting 33% in one quarter, although that is the annualized rate, not the actual rate. But sending this to you again, this time to Asshole Consulting email address. Yeah, guys, don't email me at Cappy. Email me at Asshole Consulting unless you already tried to email me at Asshole Consulting. I didn't get back to you because of the gremlins in the email system. I have a new topic for you for a YouTube video. I was wondering what you would charge on a video on the rise of employees ghosting their employers and recruiting agencies. Let me see if I can't find that. I found another article. Maybe I could find that one. Apparently, this is a thing now. How widespread, I do not know, but must be common enough to get attention from news media. Is it really, though? Because keep in mind, the news media does not report the news anymore. They just do what's clickbait. They just do what's sexy. So like the phrase ghosting and, ooh, look how edgy the millennials and Gen Zers are being. And then that plays into people's stereotypes of, oh, those lazy, no good kids lying around doing their pot, drinking their craft brews, waxing their mustaches. I think that's just to get clickbait. I really think that's what it is. But it did happen when unemployment was below 4%, which it ain't no more. So things have changed. Will be cool to hear you talk about the complete irony that employers and recruiters are pissed and confused about why this is happening. Having seen that is the case and effect of their own ghosting, mistreatment of applicants and employees since the recession of 2008. Fuck before the recession of 2000. Fuck since the recession of 2000. Dude, in the 90s. Again, it's not a shtick. It's not a joke how much I hate boomers. Okay? All right? People think, oh, what did one boomer? No, it's not one. It's all of them. They lied. They commonly, the majority of them lied about job descriptions. We get jobs reneged. They'd string you along. It was the peak of the HR dits. We had Karens before there was a Karen. I don't know what boomer was called. You know, maybe Bethel or whatever, Gertrude. Eartha. Yeah, they had been treating employees like shit long before. And keep in mind, it also was the boomers like, well, you need a bachelor's degree required, master's degree preferred. All right. That's where all you had to be forced to go to college. But then you guys complicitly, oh, I need the college experience because I certainly can't drink booze in my 20s while studying philosophy for free at the library. Then I won't get the college experience. You do know that you could go to college campuses and read the libraries in their books in their libraries for free. You don't have to pay the tuition. So you could get that feel like, oh my God, I'm so intelligent. I'm like on the college campus. I'm in the liberal arts area and I'm just like so intelligent. You could wear douchey looking glasses. You can dye your hair wild, crazy colors. You can get the total college experience minus the price. And you're like, wow, this is incredibly unemployable shit that I'm not learning right here. I'm going to go become a mechanic. But anyway, getting back to your original request there, sir. Yeah, employers have been mistreating applicants like 20, 30 years ago. Absolutely. And it was wonderful to see. I'm not normally on the millennials or Gen Z side, but I'm certainly not on boomer side, and I'm certainly not on employer side. And it was wonderful to see employees ghosting. It was wonderful to see, for once, the employers, they didn't have all the control, because we had technically what's called negative unemployment, where there's not, because there's a natural amount of promotions, mobility within the labor market. Full employment is considered 5%. You get below that, that's a tight labor market. And now you got to pay a lot more. And it's just nice. Like, yeah, you got multiple job offers. Man, fuck them. Employers treated you like shit. You don't even know this. What's funny is these millennials were brought up by these same boomers and some of the Gen Xers that didn't teach anybody anything. We're also shitty bosses. They didn't realize they were creating their own Frankenstein monsters that would bite them in their ass and just not show up. Because why spank, participation trophies, and then these boomers who treated their children like pampered little brats are surprised that other people's children who also treated their millennials and Gen Zers like pampered little brats, and they're not showing up. They're not, oh my gosh, the generation's like totally not adult. I don't know what we did. We didn't spank them. We gave them everything they wanted, and we just gave them little pampered things and gave them a gluten-free diet. Now they're just not showing up. What's going on? So I love how just bit them in their own ass. I got one article here. Let's see if this one that you recommended to me pulls up. Yeah, here's one. This is in 2018. Workers are ghosting their employees like bad dates. I'm going to go to the more recent one. Employees keep ghosting their job offers, and Gen Z are leading the charge. By Karen Gilchrist. Many of us have faced excruciating silence while waiting to hear back from a prospective employer, only to wind up hearing nothing at all. Right. They never call you back. But now the tables could be turning as more and more job applicants leave hopeful employers in the lurch. Oh, that's too bad. All right, so here's some research. This will give you some numbers. New research from recruitment firm Randstad US suggests that as many as 2/3 of US managers have been snubbed by candidates who initially accepted a job offer only to retract it or disappear entirely. Oh, little crocodile tears. Ahead of their start date. That is awesome because you actually cost your employer a lot if you just don't show up, especially if it's manufacturing. I remember now it happened to me once, but other people say like they'd show up and the employer was such a mismanaged shit show that no one knew you were starting and no one called to tell you that they had to rescind the job offer. There was no job, or the person that was going to hire you was fired. That's fun. That practice was dubbed ghosting after gaining notoriety in the realm of online dating. It's not just senior employees who are calling the shots. In fact, younger staff are leading the charge. According to Randstad's study of 1,202 U.S. managers and employees, more than a third, 43% of Gen Z employees, those aged 22 and under, say they've accepted a job but then bailed on the offer. That figure dips to 26% for millennials aged 23 to 38 and Gen Zers, those aged 39 to 54. So that's combined. Millennials and Gen Zers are 26. And for baby boomers, those between age 55 and 74, it falls to 13%. Well, I'm unemployment below 4% back in the before time. I wouldn't do it now because if I had, I'd also be screening my employer much better. But if I caught the slightest bit of whiff or they like dragged me along, like the last place I worked, I think the interview process took 2 months. And I think I ended up calling him a little tipsy one time. I said, "Hey, you guys got your act together or what? Did you want to?" Yeah, you're right. We're gonna okay. And I knew I should, but I got money. Ghosting had been rife among employers for decades, with hiring managers arguing they lack the resources or indeed the responsibility to provide all job applicants with a definitive response following their interviews. No. Fuck you, managers. Fuck you, boomer. You lack the resources to call someone or send a letter saying, "I'm sorry, we've gone with another candidate." I got thousands of rejection letters. You don't have the time? Okay. All right, sure. Yeah, and it's Gen Z's fault. However, thanks to a historically low unemployment rate in the United States, experts say that for the first time in decades, power is in the hands of employees to dismiss employers when a better opportunity arises. The solution, I wonder, guys, gals, do you think there's people keep not showing up and they go work for the competition because they got a better job offer. If only there was a solution we could do, something we could do to make them want to stay. And then we wouldn't have to waste more time and money trying to find new employees that also don't. If there was a way to lower turnover somehow, I don't know what it would be. 2 real jobs ago, we had an HR guy, and I actually kind of got along with him. And what was it? I dropped down part-time because it just didn't have enough work for me. And he was looking for another this and that. And he says, it costs about half a year's salary to find a new person to replace it. And I'm like, yeah, it's too bad. A lot of people, quit within a year. It's like you spend so much money recruiting and letting other work go. I have a buddy, he's high up, and he applied for some high up positions. Oh, you're not a right. Oh, we don't. We're going with another candidate. Sure enough, 4 months later, you see the same job open. We can't find anybody. Same exact thing. You'll have a gal who's 28, 29. Here's the engineer, whatever, owns his own house in pretty good shape. He's just not my type. What do you mean he's not? He's even 6 feet tall. What's he's just, I don't know. He doesn't like cats or some other thing. And then sure enough, on the dating profile, 4 months later, I can't find a man. There's no good men. It's like that space ghost. And all guys go self-employed and all guys go ghost, both dating and their career-wise. If only somehow you guys paid more money and you'd come out ahead because you're not spending so much time and labor hiring HR ditzes to ask stupid questions. Not to mention all the lost economic production that's occurring in your factory or your business because you're missing a key critical person or persons. Unemployment is at its lowest rate in decades, so employees know they are in demand and have more options. Jim Link, Chief Human Resources of Randstad North America, told CNBC, make it. That also puts employees in a better position to renegotiate conditions with the current employer, Link says, noting an uptick in counter-offer discussions. Oh, good. The phantom phenomenon is not unique to the United States. To the United States, commentators have also observed a trend in Canada and the UK, which have both enjoyed lower unemployment rates in recent years. In Asia, it has grown more common to develop markets like Singapore and Hong Kong, where basic income needs are typically met and workers are prioritizing job satisfaction. Randstad's managing director of Singapore, Jaya Das, told CNBC, make it. A lack of respect. Improved employee prospects tell only part of the story. Some commentators have argued that the surge in employee ghosting shows a lack of respect among young workers. Why should anyone respect you boomers? Why, after what you guys do, and again, I am not a socialist. I'm not a big union guy. But having worked for companies, you guys are scum buckets. You corporations, and it's not even, look, I know you got to make money. I know you got to be competitive too. But the complete corporate mismanagement, that's where the real money is lost. All these middle manager fuck-ups and at the higher levels of management. And you treat your employees like shit because you guys can't get your own act together for most businesses. You need bailouts. You don't save for 7 years feast, 7 years famine. Oh, and the circus and the shit show I've seen where you guys can't keep employees because you don't pay enough. You just hire your friends or your BFF. After decades of that, you damn right no one should have any respect for you. And I don't even think the millennials or Zers have worked, certainly not the Zers. They haven't worked for boomers or Gen Xers long enough to know what a bunch of fuck up you guys are. They haven't even developed to hate you. They're just your product. Remember how lazy you were with your job and not managing it effectively? You did the same thing with your kids. Well, so did all the other parents of the kids' neighborhood. Now all these kids, they don't, I'm gonna play video games. I never did something so disrespectful at that age, and I doubt I ever will. London health store worker Avril Coyle told the Financial Times last year. Meanwhile, others say that the apparent ruthlessness in the younger generations is predictable, given they had less financial familiar responsibility compared to older generations. Yeah, and you settle them with a bunch of debt. Made them all go to college, and then they get I could totally see it because this happened to me. We did everything we were told to do. Got nearly straight A's, graduated early, 3 internships on my belt, paid for everything. I got so many rejection letters. Like, what the fuck? Where's the job offer supposed to be? I wasn't even graduating into a depression or a recession. And these kids, especially after what you charged them for tuition, after you lied, and then also there's no job, if all your hard money, all that. Oh yeah, I bet you they have every right to be pissed off at you. Every right. But this ghosting by Gen Z feels like predictable behavior for somebody who is young and most likely does not have responsibilities of family, mortgage, or other financial commitments. While a millennial, X, or boomer might want to pass on a job, they are more incentivized to take it. Molly Logan, co-founder of Gen Z-led think tank Irregular Labs. Oh, I might want to take a look at this Irregular Labs. If they're even open. Molly, what was her name? All right. If Gen Z accepts a job and a better opportunity presents itself, job or otherwise, they will drop you, no question about it. Yeah, because you would drop you. Oh, we could do it for a nickel cheaper in China. Bye. How many corporations have had their American employees train in their own replacements because they found them cheaper overseas? Logan was keen to point out that Radstad's study only takes into their account Gen Zers of working age rather than those 13 plus. However, with technology playing a bigger role in workplace communication, increasing anonymity and reducing culpability, experts say they expect the trend to continue to permeate across generations. We are seeing this behavior in workers of all ages, not just younger ones. Surveys found 30% of organizations today don't have any formal pre-boarding process in place. How many of you show up for your first day of job? Well, you're not going to have you do anything. We're just going to have you meet people. Then why the fuck am I here? Come on. I remember working at a place for like 3 months. I said, don't do anything yet. We don't want you to do anything yet. We don't. Okay. Hey, no, you're not ready to go yet. Oh, okay. I remember working one day at a job. And okay, don't do anything yet. Oh, okay. We'll let you know. Oh, okay. And then like the big guy who was hiring, why have you guys done anything yet? Well, like, he told us not to do anything. That's it. You're all out of here. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this place is going somewhere. Steps like these not only help reduce any anxiety new hires might have about starting a new job, but also show them an environment where they'll be valued awaits them. There's no environment that values you. None. Mark my words, because I see it now. When you go and start new, and that backstabbing woman shows up at your face. Hi, I'm Trisha. Welcome to the bleep family. Patreon, like they said the happiness committee. Hey, this is I can't mention his name. He had a unique name. Hey, this is Jason, we'll just say, from the happiness committee at Patreon. I'm like, well, that's not Orwellian as fuck now, is it? Huh? I bet you everyone's real happy sitting on the happiness community. From the happiness community. I'm like, oh, the happiness community, huh? Oh, that's not culty. Sorry to see you go. Like, yeah, I'm sure you are. So when they say like, welcome to the family, oh, they hate you. That is so fake. And you are not going to be valued. They are putting on the fakest, most Minnesota nice bullshit, the passive aggressive bullshit, because they're going to stab you in the back. They're going to gossip about you. And all the other guys are going to just be, if they're there, they're looking to get out. They're trying to get their resume out as quickly as possible. And they're just like keeping their head down if they have to, like, they need the job. Security is security, man. All work security. So there you go. Yeah, I apologize if that wasn't exactly what you wanted, but yeah, now that's definitely changed with unemployment. What is it at 20%? That kind of went away. And what I'm seeing is a bifurcated. There's the essential employees and the not essential. And man, I can't believe with GDP contracting 33%, the housing market hasn't slowed down at all. But I guess that's all the essential people working. And then the unfortunate other half of the economy is everyone who's in, unfortunately, younger people who are in the service industry. You guys are just getting hammered, but you weren't in the market for a house anyway. So it's, oh yeah, car sales are fine. Housing is fine. It's like, what? But how did GDP contract 33? Was it just not the real critical part of GDP? Dylan Doe for $5. Hello, Captain. I'm in New Orleans out on a trip out west. See, what's funny is New Orleans is just straight south of me. So I'm like, that's not west. That's middle. Which way should I go to visit Vegas? I-90 or I-4? Oh, that is a good question. Let me refresh my brain here. I did I-10. That's because I had to visit a buddy of mine in Phoenix or Tucson. Let's take a look at where we're in New Orleans. New Orleans? No, Louisiana. What's Louisiana? L.A.? New Orleans. Nolans. All right. New Orleans? Okay, so there is 10 good cigar lounge in Baton Rouge. Then there's San Antonio, and then you go El Paso. Yeah, and then you could go up to, boy, and there's nothing up there. There's nothing up on 40, like Oklahoma and all that. Houston, yeah, there's nothing. There's really nothing. San Antonio is an all right town. Houston's just big. If you can time it to get through Houston late at night, so you don't have to deal with traffic, it is a zoo. Do not go to Houston. Yeah, I would do 7 or 10. I would do 10 because 40, there's nothing up there. Yeah, things don't get interesting until Santa Fe on 40, and even then, that's kind of dull. Yeah, I do 10. I'm going to give you a bypass here. Okay, Van Horn's a cool little town to stop in. If you want to stay, like if your timing has you stay there, stop at Buc-ee's. Do I got my little? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see Bucky. He's a fat little beaver. Stop at the Buc-ee's. That'll be on the east side of San Antonio. Crash at Van Horn. El Paso is kind of a shithole, but they got some really good food because there's real Mexican food out there. Now, here's what you're going to do. Now, you're going to get up to Las Cruces, and you're going to want to take 10. And what you're going to want to do, where'd you want to go? You want to go to Vegas? Oh, wait, hang on. I'm on the wrong page. Which way to Vegas? So then you got to go. Let me get it here for you. Yeah. So what I'd recommend you do, if you don't want to stop at Tucson, which there's no way, you're going to want to take out of Lordsburg 70. You're going to come in the back way to Globe, and then you're going to want to, when you get to Globe, go right, and you're going to, which is north on 188. I'm sorry, Claypool, but Globe and Claypool are all the same thing. And then you are going to get to a town called Roosevelt. It's not really a town, it's Roosevelt. Like, you're going to turn left on 88. That's a dirt road. That's Apache Trail, and that's going to dump you out into Apache Junction. And make sure you got nerves of steel when you're driving that, because the hill you got to go up has a cliff that's about 800 feet straight down if you miss it. And that's really neat. That's really cool. Tucson's all right. You're not missing anything but desert. Then what I would do, Phoenix is going to be a zoo for traffic. So unless you're going to stay in Phoenix, you're going to shoot out 70 towards Wickenburg. I take the, if you want to go to the Grand Canyon, then go up north, visit through Sedona, and then go to the Grand Canyon. But if you just want to get to Vegas, I take 93, 60 to 93. And 93 will hook back up to 40, and 93 goes all the way into Vegas. That's how I'd get there. And there's really not a lot. If you were to spend more time in Phoenix, Arizona area, I'd say, yeah, do Jerome, do Sedona. If you got the time and you don't mind going up 89 or Highway 17, you can do that. The Grand Canyon, if you've never seen it, I'd say stop there, but it's gonna be a full day then by the time you get to Vegas. And there's nothing along Highway 93 till you get to Vegas. Anything else? Good. I saw nonsense. There we go. DJ Aftershock for $2. Cappy is Tom Cruise's soapbox double. What? Tom Cruise's soapbox? What's soapbox double? Hey, if I look like Tom Cruise, I'll take it. That guy looks great for damn old near 60 years old. All right, that's it. Yeah, E.L. Griffin, I-40 sucks. Yeah, there's not much there. There's not much until you get to Sandia Peak, and then there's not much after that. Not until you get to Flake. Well, I take that back. You get to Painted Desert out in Holbrook, Arizona, and then there's that big meteorite crater before you get to Flagstaff. That's pretty neat. But yeah, there's very little on I-40. So yeah, and the meteor crater. Yep. The meteor crater is pretty cool. That if you have to be that far north in Arizona. All right, couple more on the way. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.